amazing sunny day, nice cool breeze, nestled here between the two passes that go over the Pennines with what I've affectionately called Friar Tuck Hill over there in the distance, because it's got a bold patch. Down there in the valley you can just about make out in the distance reservoir number 4 perhaps. You may remember that from a previous video. How beautiful it is, just the sun catching the hills the other side, the green fields, and the quarry over there in the distance that heads down over into Tintwistle and Hatfield. Mum, where's she gone? Aw, aren't you a cutie? Oh, you must be one of the first of the spring lambs. It's okay, I'm not going to mention Mint. There she is, over there. Oh, Mum. Where have you been? Oh, poor little thing. Hello. There. See, it's alright, isn't it? Hairy man isn't going to hurt you. Glossop. The windows of Glossop over in the distance, glinting away in the sunshine. A farmer's reservoir down there too, sparkling. The bleating of the first spring lambs. And I walked up just the other side of those 2 stands of coniferous forest there. Just in the distance, sheep and cows, and then I came up that slope that you can see in the distance up to the disused quarry, and if your eyesight's really good you'll be able to see the white trig point right on top of that hill where I was about half an hour ago. What a beautiful day to be out. Little lost lambs. Makes you glad to be alive. McDonald's, you got your slogan wrong. It's not food, not your rubbish food. This is me loving it. Nice to see a mixture of different breeds of sheep here, some with a lot of black sheep as well. I've not seen this many black sheep before on one farm. This lady over here, you can maybe just make out that she's got the blue paint just above her tail on her back, which means that she's been tupped, of course. She's done the business with the ram, and there are a few spring lambs that I've seen. You've probably heard them, and but I wonder what happened to the black sheep. Do they get the same ram, or do they get a different one? And can you see the blue paint when they've been tupped, or do they use a different paint? These are the questions that I ask myself as I descend into what I think is called Hadfield, the posh end of Hadfield. Judging by the sound, I think it may be feeding time. It's worse than a school canteen. Just about see the tractor actually down there. The farmer with huge bales of hay on the end of his forks. And the sheep are all making their way down there, so I presume it's hay time. I do miss working on the farm. It's great, the smells. Just see the fire, just a simple thing like a fire over there, burning stuff. The smells of the manure and the silage and the animals and the plants, so it's just amazing. It's an idyllic job, but actually very, very hard job. And my thoughts are with all the farmers that have continued feeding us through this last year. Some of the going past all these sheep here, a few things do cross my mind. I love sheep, and people look at me funny when I say that, you know. But sheep are really they're such loving animals, and really quite caring. I mean, they obviously live in a flock together, so they've got to look after each other apart from anything else. But they are comical as well. Every single sheep has its own little voice. Some it sounds like their voice is broken like a teenage boy, and others are just like really high and squeaky, much like humans, you know. They have a great range. And when you work on a farm like I did with only a small selection of sheep, you do get used to each personality. Each sheep has a personality. You don't think of that when you're just driving past a field in your car, but there are actually really stupid sheep and really intelligent sheep. People don't realise that. I think they're all just stupid, probably. But lovely creatures. Just one thing, the only negative thing about sheep, in my opinion, is when you see how many we have in England, and obviously the whole of Great Britain, Scotland and Wales included, hundreds, thousands of sheep in the UK, maybe even as many sheep as there are people. And so therefore my question is, why is lamb so expensive? Lamb and mutton so expensive? Why is it that until a few years ago, I think, we imported lamb from New Zealand because it was cheaper to buy it from them? Come on. They eat all the grasses and go to sort of really, you can have them on the top of mountains, hillsides. They can get where other animals can't get, and they're still nimble enough to get around. Eat all sorts of grasses and vegetation that other animals don't, and the meat is delicious. So, you know, why is it so expensive? It should be the cheapest meat in England, maybe after chickens. And so now, back down off the tops, it isn't quite as windy now, and what a glorious day it's turned out to be. I've enjoyed every minute thoroughly. You can see I'm now on a road, the road behind me, the one that leads down towards the reservoirs, where my walk where I start at Hadfield sometimes, and if I continue in the direction I'm going down this road, that takes you down to Glossop. But I'm not going that way. I'm going to cut through a little hamlet called Hadfield, which kind of nestles between Hadfield and Glossop. Quite well-to-do looking houses, and that's what I'm going to do now, across the meadows. So I stand corrected, I think it may be called Little Padfield. Maybe there is a Padfield as well, I don't know. Certainly I think Little Padfield is the posher bit, which we'll be coming down to in a couple of minutes. Oh, it's been a wonderful day. Everything about it has just been great. And it's been about 5 or 6 years, probably, maybe more, since I did this walk. And I will dedicate this day to Patrick, Ricardo and Revna, who I did this walk with all that time ago. And what a wonderful day that was too. Thinking about you and hope you're okay. And this is dedicated to you.